Alright, it's been a second, but we are back for our next installment of Disc Golf with Conrad, this time at Mosley Park in Stockbridge, Georgia. This is one of my favorite parts because of the long holes that it has. We're going to start out on hole 1, which is a par 4 at 636 feet. This is also a great hole for me to warm up on. I think I have a putter, well, 2 putters and some other disc out there, but my Thrasher was my go-to disc for this hole. Nice little full flight there on that disc, and don't have my rangefinder, and I was recording with my phone, so there's no way for me to find out exact yardage on that or distance on that shot. Next shot here is going to be with my Star Rat. Comes out a little bit far right. Oh, gets a lucky bounce off that tree. That's where I wanted to land anyway, so you know. Walk up here with the first hole putt jitters. And I'm able to sink that birdie. Alright, that feels good. Just last week I was playing this course for the Toys for Tots and did not do that well on that hole. It was a 1-round event, so. Moving on to hole 2 is a par 3 at 189 feet. And this is the Cayman that I got from playing the Augusta Classic. It has completely replaced my rock. I mean, not my rock, my gator. Oh. So yeah, I'm a Cayman man instead of a Gator man now. It's all about the bead, or lack of. Alright, so that was a great effort. It looked good from the tee, but really not a true ace run. It was a little too short for that. But I'll take a bird on that hole. Next, we're moving on to hole 3. This isn't actually the order that I played in. I played the alternate pins 2, but that'll be in another video. So hole 3 is a par 3 at 295 feet, and I'm throwing my rock here. Really meant to get it up in the air a little bit more, but with it going low, it took some ground play, so I was happy with it. I'm gonna say that circle's edge maybe. Solo rock was a deuce, so I guess I need to putt with my rock more often than my pure. The cage miss, that's one that you pause and look at, you just don't quite understand, but you know, ultimately it's you, not the basket or the disc. So you learn from it and try to move on. We all have those days, those putts, those holes. So we're going to move on to hole 4 here. It's a par 3, 276 feet. And this is a sharp turning right. A turnover here works, but I did not have the disc for that, so I went with forehand with this Firebird. That small gap was a little high, but it still worked out. It still carried over far enough to the right to be in circle 1. Yep, so I hit one of these clusters of trees that fell down inside the circle. Just got an awkward stance and an awkward flight for the disc, but I'm able to hit it. Actually thought about going through the V, but wasn't sure if there was enough space to get a disc through there properly. Alright, so moving on to hole 5, it's a par 3, 273 feet. out by the rock pile. Everybody knows where the rock pile is on this hole. So that was some attempt at a putt, but not real commitment to it. I like the fact that these baskets have the little flag on them. It's not really, oh goodness, it's the bugs again. They're always trying to get me. Not sophisticated, but they work. I think it's a piece of tie rod or something with a little flag zip tied around it, and just welded to the inside of the basket at the top. All right, we're going to move on to hole 6. It is a par 3. And just 251 feet, but it is a early right turn. Normally I would throw a turnover. Again, didn't have my turnover disc, so I threw my alternate turnover disc, and it just got lucky. It got lucky and got through and kept turning to the right. I switched up bags after the tournament last week and stopped playing with my tournament bag and went to a daily bag that carries about close to half the disc of the tournament bag. So not everything I'm used to having is in my bag, but that's fine. I'll make the other stuff work. Moving on to hole 7. This is going to be the last par 3 on the front here. It's coming in at 363, and it's tucked over there on the right under those limbs and inside. So that was my star boss that I threw, or what I call my long destroyer. And it went far enough past those limbs that I actually had a decent little look at the basket. And that tree is directly in my any regular path. So I tried to do a little stall putt here, but just didn't execute it well. So I come around and just tap in for the par. Now the next 2 holes are part of the reason why I like this park so much. This is hole number 8. It is a par 5 and 930 feet. I see that and it's nothing but fun for me. You'll see that there's a landing space over here to the right, close to where I'm throwing, but I went through the trees, got lucky, and still came out to the landing area. There's also a frog pond over there that's out of bounds and another tee pad. And again, that was my thrasher. This shot I'm throwing my star boss backhand this time, just to try to get to the second landing area. I really should have thrown my thrasher again, but just got a little lazy. It's easier to pick up another disc and throw it, but it came out a little early. Luckily, it had enough speed on it that I got around all that junk, so not in any significant danger, but just really out of position. You can see the flag there as I zoomed in, and that was a Thunderbird that I threw. Just threw it a little bit too straight, hit some limbs and came down. Would have been a better shot if I placed it over to the left a little bit, or had just a tad bit more hyzer on it. So this is a putt for a birdie. And it looks like I really didn't want it. I'm trying to think how many holes I'm in right now. Oh, this would make my 18 holes that I'm in right now. Playing the alternate 9 in the front as well. I'm sorry, that's 17. This next one is going to be 18. So this is hole 9, par 5, 878 feet. Again, another hole that I enjoy playing. Just all that field out there to make it through. There is a Mando out there, so you just can't go too wild, but this is a Champion Flex turn that I'm throwing. Flies nothing like a turn. The feel of the disc is real gummy, but it's like, I don't know, it has a beautiful feel to it. That right there was a well-placed Thunderbird. So that my Champion Flex Orc really flies more like a Wraith, but I don't have my Wraiths that I like. They're still in the hole 17 at Alex in the water. Hopefully I'll get it back one day. So here I'm throwing my Star Rat. It's another approach. And it hits the tree and falls down. I don't think I was going to fully get to the pin that I was shooting to, but terrible since I thought the pin was over there instead of over there. And there's the tap in. So that's going to round out the front 9 here at JP Mosley, again in Stockbridge. If you're ever in the Atlanta area, this is definitely worth the stop. You'll see on the back 9 that some more interesting holes come into play. If you're watching my video, I'm assuming that you subscribed, or if you happen to find it, you should subscribe. I'm no Joe Mez or Central Coast, but I'm playing the courses near you. Conrad out.